Capricorn, hello there my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late March 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Cappies out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we got for Capricorn here? As we are in the early stages of Aries season, another cardinal sign. So let's see what we got. And yeah, we're going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Cappies. Please and thank you. And I'm sure, as a lot of you know, if you listen to astrology things, we're in eclipse season, and since you're a cardinal sign, the places that these eclipses are happening are probably going to affect you in a few funky ways. So we're going to see what we have. And yeah, I'm seeing a lot of energy here. Now, this could be a really, really good, beneficial, positive, happy type of card. But at the same time, this could be a lot of energies that you're grappling with and dealing with. It could just be an active mind. So I feel like it could be a little bit of a mixed bag there. Before we fully dive into it, though, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So we see this lovely lady. She has a beehive hairdo going. That's a tongue twister. And notice she has all these different creative implements in her hair. So we have like art supplies, we have instruments and stuff like that. So for some of you, this could speak about the creative juices flowing. So for a lot of you, maybe you should have some form of artistic expression when this card's here. But I always say this lady literally has a lot on her mind, right? Like, it is in a funny way, a similar theme. So for a portion of you, maybe you're just in a lot of different places mentally. Maybe you have a pretty long to-do list, or your mind could be extra active here. Hopefully it's not overthinking, but either way, this card does say, if any of those things are hitting for you, this creative energy, this outlet, you might need some sort of release for this energy, which is nice. So we're just going to put her down right over there. And for a portion of you, I will say this could also be other people's energies affecting you, because it feels very busy to me, like very busy, busy, busy. So let's just put her down right there. And I always say this first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time here for the Cappies. See what we got. Late March, please. And while we shuffle up and get the deck ready to go, let's talk about your most recent reading. I did a bonus March reading for you a few days ago, and the title was a little funky. So was the energy. The reading was titled, They're Watching and Waiting. Now, for some of you, it could be you. Maybe there's a situation that you're like, holding back, let me watch and wait and see. There was a lot of analysis in the energy too. So like, I wasn't seeing a lot of huge action just yet. But even in recent weeks, I've been seeing things changing and shifting. And that really does fit in with what we have coming up in eclipse season. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. But there was this like, yeah, let's wait and see type of energy. So let's see what we got. And let's see if that's going to shift whatsoever. Thank you. Okay, we do have the World in position number 1. That's a heavy card to start with, at the very least. Now, I don't think this is a rough card or a bad card by any means, but I just feel like it's heavy. There's like a lot of powerful energy attached to it. Let's get 2 more. Okay, we have the Hermit, so you might be pulling back your energy from something, withdrawing in one way or another, or dealing with someone that is. So get 1 more out here. Strong Major Arcana to start us off here, Cappy. So let's get 1 more, see what we got here. I'm not quite sure yet how to feel about these. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. All right, so there's this analysis, this thought-based type of energy here on the back as well. So let's go through, I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we do have a lot of things going on here as well, just like the lady with the implements in her hair. When I look down here, first look, I'm seeing like very powerful Major Arcana here up front. Now these cards, they're called trump cards for a reason, because they have life-altering effects possibly. They're very, very strong, powerful energies, especially the World. And then moving into the Hermit, and then we have the Ace of Swords. Like these two back-end cards could be a lot of cerebral energy, very stern and serious as well. So we're really going to want to piece this together because remember, it could be a lot of things, your energy or somebody else's. But there's this contemplation happening with this energy, especially with the Hermit and the Ace of Swords. Like, let me think about this, just like we saw in the bonus. But let's go through piece by piece. Position number 1, the World. Now, I do say, whenever this card shows up, it's one of the more complex tarot cards in the whole entire deck. It means a lot of things. It is the last of the major arcana, so of course, this is one of the cards in tarot that can represent cycles closing, things ending, chapters closing. I don't say this as a bad ending, though. Like 10 of Swords, that's rough. The Towers, they could be rough. The World itself is kind of like a happy ending or just a chapter closing, moving into the next one, right? It doesn't feel like anything super permanent when it's here. But for some Capricorns, and maybe those are archetypes that you're living through right now. Certain things are closing out. New things are opening up. I have been seeing the change in recent weeks as well. So a journey could be coming to a close for some of you, depending. Now, the World, once again, I did say it has a lot of different meanings. It's karmic in nature. So it could speak of the karmic cycle, karmic wheel of life, karmic situation, so on and so forth, whether it's with people we're connected to or the life's journey in general. And the World, once again, in my style, it could represent the literal world we live in. So like world events, things that are happening in the world today, politics, stuff like that. So that these things could really be on your mind or someone you're connected to when this card's here. All right, like maybe some of you are pulling back your energy from things like that, especially with the Hermit coming next to it. Now, as we move over, we have our good pal here, the wise and virtuous Hermit. So some of you, maybe you have Virgo placements, maybe you're connected to a Virgo, this is their card. And once again, this Hermit is pulling back its energy. It's withdrawing from something, okay? It's not really talking that much, so it could be like communication issues. Once again, with all this stuff around here, this very cerebral, contemplative type of energy, you could be thinking about something, analyzing it, mulling it over when the Hermit's in the mix. Now, this card does have a lot of positives. It's wise, it's religious. Once again, it's virtuous and stuff like that. So when I see it, yeah, I mean, it could be wisdom or a knowledge search. You could be learning things when the Hermit's in the mix, but it could be delayed, right? It could be someone who's literally in Hermit mode. So maybe some of you are like keeping to yourself, minding your own business, pulled back, not really talking. But the one rough thing is it could be communication issues, especially with the next card coming up. So we'll really want to clarify this Hermit. It's earthy energy, so I don't feel it like affecting you in a super bad way or anything like that. Now, moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Swords. So we have like a little storyboard happening here, because whereas the World itself is a close of a chapter, this is a new one. So we have like the close into the Hermit, the pulled back into a fresh cycle. So I say with all aces, they could represent opportunities, they could represent offers of various different kinds. And some of you could be really moving on to like a new path, a new chapter, new cycle whenever there's an ace. Now, the Ace of Swords is the sword of truth, looking at something honestly, in a shrewd way, like cutting down to the details. There's no fluff with this card. It could be communication aside from the opportunities and offers. Aces, specifically this one, could represent talking, communicating, messages, things like that. And you could be doing it in a very no-nonsense type of way, just looking at something analytically when this card's here. A rough thing about the Ace of Swords, it could be cold. There could be certain things that you're removing from your life when this card is here as well. It depends on what it is, but I feel like we have a lot of stuff because it's the opposite of this Hermit, right? Where this one's not talking, this one is. We have a lot of yin-yang type of energy, like ending, beginning. So I want to dive deeper on all the Capricorn. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's see what's up. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the World. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is over here. If you have any messages you want to give to Cappy, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, World time. Let's get down to business here. There's the World here. Thank you. All right, yeah, this is like a happy, victorious type of ending here. I love, love, love the Six of Wands. It's one of my favorite cards in the whole entire deck, for real. Now, that could connect to Leo energy. Some of you might be having issues with a Leo or someone with Leo placements. But when I see the Six of Wands, I think of a victory, a culmination, a happy ending. This is a card of public notoriety and coming out on top. So for a lot of you, I do see a result, an end goal, something that you're focused on, a result that you want swinging in your way. This to me tells me that there's a massive victory coming your way, regardless of what chapters are closing and opening. Because remember, I said this looks like a storyboard, like we have the close here, the hermit time into the new beginning. So there's already a victory here, a big one coming in for a lot of you, where something may have closed, but it opens doors for new things. So for some of you, if you're in a rough time right now, or if you're in a stagnant time, just know like the next cycle you're moving into probably has so many beautiful possibilities. This is a massive victory incoming, straight up. And once again, I did say for a lot of you, it depends on what your focus is, what your goals are. Some of you, this could be work-based, financial-based. You could be moving into something better. For a portion of you, yeah, if it is connections and romance, maybe there's going to be a change or a shift in a connection or a new one even coming in. I just see a positive result, like what you see as the positive, the end goal, what you're pushing for could swing your way. Really nice. We're going to keep moving over because this is where the energy retracts and pulls in. The world itself with the Six of Wands, like this is karmic in nature for sure. So for some of you, maybe it's a karmic blessing. We'll see as we get through the reading itself, but we will see. And I'm getting that, like one door closing, two more opening. It's giving me that kind of vibe. So why is the Hermit here? Thank you. Two of Swords. Quiet time could be necessary if you're in one now or if you're just coming out of one. Two of Swords is a card of mystery, and some of you might just not have patience or time or anything like that for anything that's mysterious or unknown. It's like, listen, I don't have time for any of that. I don't have time for secrecy. I don't have time for the unknowns. So some of you could really be pulling your energy back. Like, listen, if I can't rely on it, I don't want its energy anywhere near me. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up here. However, if the energy is reliable and open and honest with the sword of truth on the back end, yeah, sure, bring it on. But for some of you, if you are in a time of quiet, I'm getting this metamorphosis with the Two of Swords, like coming out of a cocoon. Now, I did say in the very beginning, aside from that, the Hermit with the Ace of Swords, very contemplative, thinking. Two of Swords, in its classic form, if it's not hidden, if it's not mystery, it's a card of confusion, indecision, stuff like that. So there is this strong contemplative energy of someone just like sitting and thinking like, I need a second. I just need to process this. I need to think about this. Okay, so just know if you are going through a quiet time, it's necessary, it's needed to really sort things out. If you're having difficulties with a person where it might seem like they've dropped off the face of the earth, they could be in this mode where it's like, I need a minute here. I need to get my thoughts together, because we could be having communication coming up next, but it's like I need time to get my mind right. So we're just going to keep moving forward. We do have that mystery there, but I get someone like getting their act together in one way or another. Let's move over to the Ace of Swords. I know I just gave a bunch of messages there. Only take what hits for you. I feel like that Hermit could be a good thing in the long run. So let's see what the Ace of Swords has to say. Then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow. Okay. Wow. And this just burst out like a bat out of hell on the back end. We have the Knight of Wands clarifying this Ace of Swords. So something rushing in out of nowhere. And that has been a theme I've been seeing for all the cardinal signs. You're a cardinal sign. Us cardinal signs, because I have a lot of placements there, we're initiators, right? We're about action. We're about making moves, making things happen. And this on the end is huge. For some of you, you do have a really big offer or a massive offer coming in, okay? Now, I'm not seeing tons of pentacles, so for a portion of you, it could be an emotional one for sure. But this Knight of Wands is all about making things happen. So whereas we had this retracted, pulled back energy here in the center, boom, this Ace of Swords with the Knight of Wands, that's explosive action. It's like, I'm coming in hot, okay? And I feel like I've seen a similar thing for you in recent weeks, where someone makes a move suddenly, or someone comes out of their shell, or someone pops up out of nowhere. So just know, in the coming days and weeks, there could be different people or situations that improve or move forward by leaps and bounds. This is all about action, and it happens very suddenly and surprisingly, okay? So once again, either explosive or surprising action coming your way. Whether you're making the moves or whether it's somebody else, I just feel it here in a very powerful way. let's go through and do a quick recap, because it's almost jarring what we have here, especially this switch of energy from the middle to the back end. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we do have the World with the 6 of Wands in the upright. This feels good to me. Now, yeah, this could be chapters closing and endings and stuff like that, but to me, this feels more like a happy ending or a victory coming in for a lot of you. Just know that there could be a big result that you've been pushing for or that you're wanting that could swing your way in this time. Claimable energy for sure, and it's karmic in nature that the cycle you're moving into can be really good for you. Into the center, we have the Hermit with the 2 of Swords in the upright. A pulled back, retracted time. I did say like a time of quiet, a time of hermit mode could really do you well. If you're having issues with a person where like communication has crumbled in one way or another, this is someone just trying to get themselves together or get their mind right. There's a lot of contemplation and thinking here in the center. Like, I just need a minute. But moving to the back end, that time period does come to an end very soon. We have the Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth with the Knight of Wands. A lot of you have a massive offer that could be on the table very soon, whether it's from a person. I don't feel like it's necessarily business and money. For some of you, it could be. There's not a lot of earth energy here, but I do feel it just coming in suddenly. So I would expect the unexpected. It could be a surprising action or a big offer coming in. So please take a screenshot. I would say overall, this is very positive energy. It doesn't matter where you are on this timetable. This looks really good. So let's see what's in the shadows for you, my friends. And let's shuffle it up one time and see what's in the shadows for the Capricorns, please, for late March, my guides. And yes, my friends, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get one out here for you. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for my channel members. Okay, so let's get this first card out, or this last card, rather. What do we got for Cappy, please, in the shadows? Thank you. Okay, yeah, there's that Knight of Swords, so it kind of reiterates the energy that we were picking up here on the back end in a big way. We have air sign energy, and this Knight of Swords is the fastest knight, right ahead of this Knight of Wands. So I will say, when a fast-moving card shows up in the shadows, it reiterates what I was saying about expect the unexpected. Now, one thing I will say about the Knight of Swords, pardon me, aside from the air energy, it is very fast. It's moving towards something like a rocket. There's a lot of action here, and it can be combative sometimes. So just know, for you, Capricorn, maybe in the coming days and weeks, you might be a little more aggressive than you normally are. There could be something that you're pushing for a little more than you normally are. And it's just a really powerful forward momentum type of energy, which you can harness for the good, but just don't let it get out of hand, okay? And watch your temper in this time. That's a big thing, because there could be people coming at you in an aggressive way when this card shows up in the shadows. But overall, it's not bad. Overall, to me, this does feel like action, progress, movement. So whatever it is you've been going through, we saw it in the main part of the spread itself. If things have been quiet, they're probably not going to be for long, my friends. So yes, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading done with me, you can find my digital calendar on mastermetaphysics.com, so please feel free to check it out. But for the March subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, fantastic Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite zodiac sign? And give me a couple reasons why. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.